Hello everyone, and today this is going to be a review video on the Russia 2018 World Cup. I'm going to be talking about England, VAR, and what actually happened in the World Cup and my opinions on it. First of all, we're going to start off with England, my own country, and surprise, they actually done very well this year. They've made it to the semi-finals, although I would say they're never going to get an easier chance, not this time soon, to get to the semi-finals, and in theory they should have got to the finals. Starting off as well with our group, we only had Belgium, was the hardest thing, and he had beat us twice. And as well, we've got Harry Kane, who at the time is actually the top goal scorer. I haven't actually watched the final yet. The final I'm actually going to watch at the end of this video, and then tell you guys what my opinions were and who actually won. Harry Kane, well, is at the moment the top goal scorer on 6, and I think Luka Modric, Mbappe or Griezmann have got to score 4 goals at least to be able to top him. I think he's on 6 and they're on 3. But the thing is, England as a team, we won 4 games, 1 on penalties, 3 in normal time, and then we lost twice against Belgium, once in the group stage and once in the third place playoff. I still find that England's attack was not very good. I do not rate Sterling at all. I don't understand why Gareth Southgate did not switch up Sterling for Rashford. I would prefer Rashford much more than Sterling. Yeah, Sterling did make good runs, but unfortunately he can't really do anything else other than do good runs. He kind of misses the ball sometimes, or he just carries on running and puts it out of play or passes it to the other player or does a rubbish cross. I also find that our attack, when we actually play Croatia in the semi-finals, I think we only have 1 shot on target in the second half or in extra time, and Croatia had 7. So it goes to show, even though we have got Harry Kane and Sterling and Lingard, we still cannot find that goal scoring threat up front, and we kind of turned into a bit of a West Brom under Tony Pulis for a bit. They actually scored more goals from set pieces than any other team in the tournament. Don't knock it to them, we have scored quite a lot of goals, and it is refreshing to see us actually do well in the tournament, even though we should have actually done well in our group, as in beating Tunisia and Panama. Also as well, I felt a bit sorry for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Dele Alli did not perform at all during that World Cup, although he did score in the game against Sweden. But even when Dele Alli was injured, Ruben Loftus-Cheek did play. I think he played in the first game at Panama and then Belgium, and he did play very well. I do feel sorry for him because then he didn't feature at all for the next couple of games until the actual third place playoff. Yeah, I do feel sorry for him, because he did play very well and he was bringing something different to the team. That's one thing I think that Gareth Southgate did not do, was basically switch up the teams round. He always went with the same starting 11, and it did kind of make me feel a bit nervous going to the game, because another thing I don't think England have is a plan B. Once we go down, we're basically like screwed. I don't think England are actually built as a team. We didn't have any other players you can bring on and make an impact. What I was thinking before coming to this World Cup, England should have brought like an Andy Carroll or a Peter Crouch, not in case they those two, but another England player, maybe like Barnes, who's someone different, someone who can go route one. I'm going to bully him at the top, because not being funny, Harry Kane was very, very quiet. He only scored, I think it was 3 penalties, and he has 1 back heel and 2 headers. He didn't do anything else. I know he's top goal scorer, but it wasn't very justified. So even though there's a lot of positive for England actually coming to the semi-finals, there was a lot of negatives. Like I said, no plan B. Loftus-Cheek didn't get a chance. Rashford didn't get a chance. Danny Rose is another person I thought done well and didn't get a chance. He always went with the same starting 11. Sterling was awful, and yeah. But apart from that, England did very well to get to the semi-finals. Might be another couple of tournaments until we get a nice easy run in like that ever again. Next is the VAR, and the VAR at the start of the tournament was a bit of a joke. There was a couple of calls which it did call, and you're like, what's that? Like, there's a handball in one of the games where I think it was Portugal, where he headed it down and hit the Portugal's arm, and even though he had no choice about it, it just hit him and that's it. Referee initially played on, but then the VAR called it back and he looked on the video and basically gave us a penalty. So there was a couple of joke decisions. But with VAR, I'm glad I actually watched lower league football, because it's going to be ages until that stuff comes down, or even if it will ever get down to that sort of like level. So I don't ever want to see that, because it does not look good. If it was like rugby, where they tell them if the 4th official tells them on the earpiece that they made a mistake, that they actually go and fix it straight away. They don't have to go to a screen to review it. They can just tell them, and then they can either say yeah or no, and then crack on with the game. Or it comes up on the big screen, everyone can hear what the ref is talking about as well. That's an extra bonus, what rugby do and what we don't. So in fairness, rugby are kind of embarrassing football at the moment with this VAR. It's making football look very pathetic with the VAR system, what they've got going on. And with the tournament so far, with the tournament in general, it has been very, very open. With my prediction video at the start of the World Cup, if many of you haven't seen it, do watch it. It will be in my playlist. Most of my predictions were wrong. I didn't get Croatia to get out the group stage. I said Iceland will instead. I said Germany would get into the final. They got knocked out of the group stage. Brazil would get into the semis. I said England get knocked out in the quarters. And I also think Argentina Argentina got very far as well, but I'm not too sure. I think I predicted Argentina to go further than what she actually did in real life. Didn't predict Sweden as well to get as far as they did. But the one thing I did predict was France to be in the final, and I think I predicted France to win it. But now in real life, I don't want France to win it. I want Croatia to win it. Not because they beat England, it's because I just don't really like the French. Nothing personal, I just don't really want a French to win. I want Croatia to win. Before the tournament, they came through the playoffs. They played more football than anyone else in this tournament, as in like extra time, playing the long games, and they don't even look tired. But this year has been very, very open. I have enjoyed it. Every team has played well. Every game has been amazing. Apart from I think it was the France versus Denmark game, because both of them knew they was through, and I think France knew that if they drew, they'd be top. Denmark would be second. I think they're both happy with that. So that was the only game I think which was actually boring. Apart from that, it's actually been very good in Russia. Doesn't look like anything's kicked off over there, which everyone was like worried about. Like I said, I'm surprised like how well it's been like this World Cup so far. I'm now going to watch the France versus Croatia game. I'm actually going to see who actually wins this. Like I said, in my prediction I said France, but now that I'm watching it, I hope Croatia go through and win it. They've never won it before, so it'd be good to see them like get a bit of a change, see a different nation win for a change. So I'll see you in a bit. So I just watched the final then, and that was one of the best finals I've ever watched. Croatia, to be fair to them, shouldn't have gone down 2-1 in the first half. Then for France to come back, 2 goals in the second half. I thought 4-1, it was all over. Kind of stopped watching it. I felt sorry for Croatia. Then all of a sudden, Lloris does a howler, and then Mandzukic scored, and 4-2. And then from then, I was just stuck watching the TV until full time. I did feel sorry for Croatia. That was one hell of a game. That was one of the best finals I've ever seen. Even though my predictions, I did say France would win, so I did get something right, I do feel really bad for Croatia. They were amazing, but for a country who's only got 4.5 million people, I gotta say they put in a massive shift. I'm just shocked. That was one of the best World Cups I've ever watched as well. One of the most open World Cups. Fair play to France for winning. This has been Josh from Pastime TV. Please like and subscribe for more. Please leave comments in the section below on what ideas you should do next. This has been my review for the World Cup from Russia, and I'll see you guys next time.